everybody, my name is Micah. I'm here with DesignSkinz, and today we're going to be walking you through how to put one of our skins on for the YETI Colster. Just a couple things you're going to need before you begin is obviously a YETI Colster and of course one of our skins. One other thing you are going to need though is a heat gun or a hair dryer if you don't have a heat gun. There are some pieces that are going to need to be heated up so that they fit correctly. So the first thing that we're going to need to do is just take our YETI, set it on its side, or set it up, I guess, just so it's sitting still while you take off your skin. Whenever you are removing the skin, in the middle there is the cutout for the YETI logo. Whenever you are pulling it off, just make sure that you're pulling these pieces back so that you don't have to pull them off later. If you don't get them off the first time, that's alright. You can just take them off whenever you get it out. It just helps to get it off before you take it completely off so that it doesn't stretch the skin whenever you're trying to remove it. Alright, so now that we've got our skin off of the page, we're going to start by applying it to our Colster. I found the best way to do this is to start off with lining it up to the YETI logo cutout. If you start with the E, typically it helps out the best just because there's a lot of different angles here and a lot of edges for you to line it up with. If you don't line it up correctly the first time, that's alright. Just take it, rip it off real fast like a band-aid, and that'll keep it from stretching. If you don't line it up correctly the first time and you take it off real slow, then it will stretch the skin and it will not fit correctly. So we're just gonna put this on here. Okay, now that we've got the YETI logo lined up with the cutout, we're going to take this side and just slowly wrap it around, lining it up with this seam between the two pieces of your Colster. And just smooth out any air bubbles as you're going along to make sure that it goes on straight. Then we're just going to turn it around and do the same thing with the other side. Whenever you get this piece around, just make sure that it does line up, that the two sides do line up to create a straight seam. There should be a little bit of a gap between these two pieces. And just make sure that everything looks straight. Alright, now that we've got that on, what we're going to do is take off your top lid and if you have a drink in there, or the insert for the Colster. And we're going to take our heat gun or hair dryer and just heat up this top edge. It's good to start with the middle instead of one of the edges, just so that whenever you do get around to each edge, they move towards each other as opposed to away from each other. It just tends to look a little bit better. And as you're doing this, take your thumb and roll it along up this way. If you can try to take your thumb and just smooth out the edge but if you do that, you do run the risk of getting a small air bubble that will travel all the way across and just make this real long, thin wrinkle. Alright, so now that we have the top half on, we can move on to the bottom. Just gonna peel it right off the page and then take your Colster, turn it around to the back where the seam is, and then just line up the bottom piece with that seam. Alright, and as you can see, this portion of the skin is lining up with the top portion of the skin, and what you're going to do is, same as before, just follow that seam as you pull the skin around to just lay it on top. Alright, and again, just like the top, if it doesn't line up correctly the first time, that's fine. Just rip it off real quick so it doesn't stretch, and go at it again. Alright, now that we've got the bottom part applied for the most part, just go through, make sure that there aren't any air bubbles along the flat piece of your Colster. And once you finish that, just like before, get your heat gun or hair dryer, heat it up from the middle and work your way around. And now we're finished. We can just go ahead, put your drink or your insert back into the Colster, tighten it down, and there we have our fully skinned YETI Colster. If you have any questions about us or our skins, just leave it down in the comment section below. Or if you are interested in any of our other tutorials for any of our other skins, just check out our videos on the rest of our channel.